Let's get started on the Carnival Panorama ship tour. Here's some basic facts about the ship itself. We're sailing the first voyage from its dry dock in Singapore over to Long Beach. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. We need those subscribers. All of these facts were provided to us by guest services of the Carnival Panorama. Welcome aboard. We are Kathy and Tim, and we retired in 2023 and sold everything, and now we travel the world by air, land, and sea. Now, as we get started, let's take a look at the signage and the elevators of this ship. As you can tell, the signage is just basic and can be found at each deck at the elevators. The elevators are smart elevators. You press the button, the ship tells you which elevator to get into. Once you're in the elevator, there's actually no change in your mind. There's no buttons to push. You're going to that deck that you decided to go to, unless somebody else gets in and it stops at a different deck. Let's take a look at an interior cabin on deck 2. So as you see as we head on in, they're not massive cabins. They're average size, but this is a cool switch. When you gotta go to sleep at night, one switch hits it all. Also, it's an interior cabin, so everything's dark. Hey look, there's no power plugs on the light stands. Made a little difficult for charging. This desk area has the hairdryer. There's a nice sized mirror for doing makeup, but electrical plugs, this is all you have. There's some more shelves under the TV. Here's the bathroom, which is your normal Carnival bathroom. It's always my biggest complaint with Carnival ships is the size of the shower. Big guys just don't do well in these little showers. Carnival does provide body wash and shampoo. As you head towards the back of the ship on deck 2, you come to Family Harbor. Now this is a nice little area for families to kind of hang out together in between doing activities on the ship. They've got these nice lounge areas where there's a TV to watch. They've got computer stations off to the side, and they've always got some drinks and different munchies going on inside. If you've ever stayed in any of these Family Harbor Lounge rooms or suites, let us know. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go back to deck 3 forward. In this area, you're going to find the Panorama Atrium. This has this nice bar in the center, a lot of lounge chairs. You'll have music going on throughout the day and evening. Now, over to this side, you're going to find guest services. This blue cone in the center oftentimes changes lights and displays on it. This just happens to be the Starry Night. Pretty cool looking. Makes it kind of nice when you're sitting at the bar too to have something to look at. On the other side, as we come around the corner here, you're going to find your excursion desk, where you can get hooked up with anything going on outside the ship. The Horizons restaurant is also located on this area, and what you'll find is this is the overflow dining room. It was actually not used for dining during our cruise, but they did have a lot of activities going on in here during the day, especially for people who are wanting to get together and play games. They left it open for that. The main dining room or vista dining room is located at the rear of the ship on the 3rd deck. To get there, you got to go down the last set of elevators in the back of the ship. Now, this is actually a really nice dining room. Although the service was a little slow at times, it was busy, and a lot of people really enjoyed their time in here. As you can see, this is a 2-deck dining room, so let's go up to deck 4. This is another entrance, and you can get in depending on what your seating arrangement is. As you come back here, you'll see that it's open, and you can look down on the people onto the 3rd deck. Some people like that. I don't know, I feel kind of weird about it. As we head back, this is just their dining room. Nice, beautiful place. Let's exit the dining room and head forward on deck 4. This area back here, you're going to find kind of some artwork hanging up, and as you round that corner, we're heading towards the Limelight Theater. And if you're a Carnival fan, you know Limelight Theater means comedy. So this is where you're going to find your comedy shows. As usual, it's a nice sized venue, but you got to get there early because it's going to fill up. And the comedians were actually really good on this ship. All right, let's keep heading down the hall now. As we pass the art office, we're coming to Heroes Bar. This bar is kind of designed and set up to just celebrate the veterans of the United States. We appreciate all that these guys have done for us, guys and gals. Let's not kid ourselves. So as we look around, it's also the sports bar of the ship. As we continue forward on deck 4, we come next to the casino. Now, if you turn left right here, it's the non-smoking casino. This used to be the Carnival kitchen where they did cooking displays, but they've changed it now into the non-smoking area. And actually, Kathy and I had some fun back here and actually came out ahead about $400 gambling, something we don't normally do. Now, in the middle of that hall is another entrance into the main casino, or the smoking casino. Now, this kind of puts you into the center of the casino, and over here on the left-hand side, you're going to find your card tables, your craps table, and roulette is over here. As you can probably tell, this is a good-sized casino with a lot of action going on. Now let's go back to that main hallway on deck 4, and we're going to come up the starboard or right-hand side, and you can see this is where you see a lot of the slot machines. If we keep following this hallway up, that's going to bring us back out here to the atrium. But first, let's skip that. Let's check out the Liquid Lounge, which is the far forward on deck 4 and on deck 5. This is where you're going to have your main production shows going on. Bingo is also held in here and other special events. It's a wonderful theater with good vision throughout the theater. Never really had a bad seat in this house. Let's head up to deck 5 and take a look at what the second level of this theater looks like. All right, let's head back down to deck 4. And let's finish off that atrium area. And here we go. So on deck 4 in the atrium, you're going to find shops. If you're wondering what you can shop for on board, see our links in the description. Find our daily vlog where we actually go into detail on what's in these shops. You're also going to find your duty-free alcohol shop here, and the candy store. Performers in the atrium, that's the stage they're going to play on, so it's going to be your small group stage. Deck 5 forward finds us at the top of the atrium, and up here we're going to find that there is more shopping up here. This is where you're going to find your clothes stores and that type of stuff. As you can probably tell, my camera really did not like the blue light coming off of that cone. As we keep walking around, that brings us back up to the Deck 5 entrance to the Liquid Lounge. Now let's turn around and head back to the other side of Deck 5's atrium and start heading towards the back of the ship. This is going to take us to the upper promenade. As we head down the hallway, first thing to the left, the library. We actually spent quite a bit of time in here, trying to do some editing and just relaxing. It's a real nice library. It's well stocked. You're also going to find an area that has a lot of games up here. So if you need a place to relax, the library just might be your place. Back out on the promenade, heading towards the back of the ship, we come to the Piano Bar. Now, as you guys may know, Piano Bar is my favorite place, and this was no exception. Now, it wasn't as lively as most piano bars, but it was still really comfortable in here to listen to some music. Then we come across to the Bonsai Teppanyaki. Now, we did not eat in here, but a lot of people did, and they did seem to enjoy it. Never heard any complaints about it. Coming up out of the casino on Deck 4, you'll find another one of these decorative light cones that have all sorts of different designs going throughout the day. Next on your left is the Bonsai Sushi Bar. If a good martini or mixed drink is on your list, the Alchemy Bar is your place to stop. Just to the right of the Alchemy Bar is the Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse. Now, this is a place that we did try, and I'm not going to lie, the Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse always performs. The other thing that's nice about this place is the steakhouse bar that has a great wine list, and you can go in there even when you don't have a reservation. While you're inside during the evening, you'll have music being played from the piano bar, and it's just kind of nice and relaxing. Now, as we continue back towards the aft of the ship, we're going to come across Pixels Photography. This is where you could get your supplies you might need, such as tripods, and look at your pictures and that type of stuff. Is Pig and Anchor. This little restaurant is a fabulous place to get some good old meat that's been barbecued, not to mention a good craft beer here. They do brew on site. Something a little different for a ship, I guess. Now, this restaurant does go from starboard to port, and you can access an outdoor seating area as well as an outdoor buffet area on the port side on Deck 5, which we'll show when we do the outside deck tour. Stage in here, and oftentimes in the evening they'll be playing some music. Alright, let's continue to head aft towards the rear of the ship. We come across the photo area where you can schedule your private appointments. Dream Studio. Here you can have a professional photographer photograph you and your family in a beautiful setting. And we go a little bit farther. We come to the little coffee shop. This is also known as Java Blue and the Shake Spot. Here you can get your lattes, Americanos, and cappuccinos all made up early in the morning. Now, do remember there is an upcharge for anything from this little spot. Next up is the Ocean Plaza. Now, here in the Ocean Plaza during the day, it's going to be loaded with trivia, crafts, puzzles. In the evening, you're going to have more of a dancing atmosphere with the band playing here. Usually a great spot to relax. Oftentimes a hard place to get a table and chairs, so you may want to arrive a little bit early for that dancing period of time. little farther back is another Java Blue, but this time it's a bar. So not only can you get your cappuccinos here and your coffees, but you can also add a little something special to give you a kick. Hey, let's head back to this Havana Bar area. The Havana Bar is open to everyone. It does have special cabins around it, and those cabins have their own special deck and pool area, which we'll show here in just a minute. But here in the bar, you get to listen to some really nice music with a Cuban flair and a dance floor, and it's a lively hopping place in the evenings. Now, to use this outdoor decking area with pools and jacuzzis, you have to be staying in the Havana Club rooms. This is part of your benefit when you're out there in the Havana rooms. And this is what that pool area looks like looking down on it from the Tides pool area up above. Alright, let's take a stroll up the porch side on deck 5 on the outside. As you can see, there's lots of seating areas out here, umbrellas for when it's sunny. And this next area is part of the Pig and Anchor. So you've got tables where you can eat. They have a buffet line set up here for you to get your selected meats and sides. I have to admit, I actually enjoyed the food quite a bit. As we keep walking up the port side here, you'll notice there's lots of places to sit and relax. Now, this can either be a shady part of the ship or it can be a sunny part of the ship. Just depends on what direction you're going and where the sun's at. That doesn't go all the way around, so you hit the button and that gets you across. Now, we're going to go back to the rear of the ship and work our way up the starboard side. Once again, you see there's lots of seating here. Pretty comfortable. Nice quiet place to sit and read a book or work on YouTube if you're doing that. Those secret spots on the ship that you'll just have to watch our video on the secret spots to figure out how to get here. It is deck 6 forward. It's kind of a nice little place to check out the port. Also located on deck 6 midship is Club O2, Circle C, and the arcade. But this is midship deck 7, and I think this is the cool place, the Sky Zone. So what this is a trampoline area inside the ship. It is an upcharge, but man, you can have a lot of fun in here. They have all sorts of different tournaments going on at different times, lots of activity there. Let's head back to deck 10 aft. This is the back of the ship. And this is where you're going to find the tide pool. Now, we've shown it in a couple of other pictures. We're going to come back and just take a quick look. You got a bar back here. You'll also find the pizzeria back here. And this is where you can get a slice of pizza throughout the day. No upcharge for the pizza. Pretty good. They've got a water drink area where you can get lemonade or iced tea, orange juice in the morning. And they've got some seating areas over here protected from the wind, also in the shade. Now, as we walk around and keep going towards the back of the ship, this deck area usually filled with lounge chairs when it's sunny. Not a bad view. You've got your pool, 2 jacuzzis back here. Now on the starboard side, or the right side of the ship looking forward, you've got some more seating area. And here's the drink station again. This is where you're going to find coffee. And then we've got the Seafood Shack. This is an upcharge restaurant here on Carnival where you can get fresh seafood served. And let's not forget one more time that Tides Bar. You'll find a lot of people hanging out here during the day. Alright, if we move forward from here, we get to the Lido, or the marketplace really is what it's called. This is your buffet station. This is one of the busier areas of the ship. You've got your drink station here where you can get your iced tea, lemonade, coffee, hot water for tea. And then on the inside of this, they have the multiple food stations. They have a deli where you can get hot and cold sandwiches made for you throughout the day. And here's another station. There's two of them. On to the side, you can see they'll have some different pastries and things laid out for you. And in the mornings, you can get fresh made omelets. And you've got your self-serve swirl ice cream. Now let's head out towards the beach pool. This is the Lido pool. Out here you're also going to find Guy's Burger. Not gonna lie, pretty good burgers. And it's got its own drink station out here also. Here's all the seating for Guy's Burgers. Gives you that California vibe. And then you got your toppings bar. As you can see, the morning I was filming this was going to be towel day, so there's towel animals everywhere. That's a look at your Lido pool. It's got the nice little shade gazebos on the sides. And then let's not forget one of my favorite places. The Blue Iguana. Great place to get a breakfast burrito in the morning. Normally this whole area would be covered with loungers, but they have it cleared off for the night. Some more of the towel animals, kind of cute critters. Oh, hey, there's a lobster back there. Okay. Now over here in the corner, this is the Blue Iguana Bar. Tequila bar. Man, they put a lot of work into these towel animals, don't they? Let's head back to the aft of the ship again. Now we're on deck 11. We're walking forward. This is actually a nice place to kind of relax and have some quiet time if there's some loungers out here. Alright, as we get up to the Lido deck, you can look down on there, and that's looking across the Lido deck. They just have more seating over there. This is going to be in the shade. It's kind of a nice place to relax and chillax. Gives you another view of the Lido there. Now, if you turn left right here through these doors, you get to Camp Ocean. And this is that area for the little kids. It's divided up. Pretty cool looking place in here. Lots of bright colors, TV screens. Here's another age group set up for the smaller kids. Creative Cove. Oh, Cat in a Hat. This is an area where they'll oftentimes do story time. Oh, and you might even see some Guess Who. Thing 1, Thing 2, and the cat himself. All right, let's get back walking on deck 11. And now here we're going to turn back towards, ooh, hey, there's a thought. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now we're going to head back towards the back of the ship again. These red chairs over here give you a great view off the back of the boat, and we found it to be a nice place to get some work done, not gonna lie. Comfortable with a good view, always my favorite thing to find. Alright, turning in here, you're gonna find there's a couple of restaurants right off the back of the ship here on deck 11. First, let's look at Gigi. Gigi is kind of their Asian kitchen or Asian fusion restaurant. And during the day, on sea days, they'll also have this area as a Mongolian wok. Good service, comfortable place. And across the way here, Cucina di Capitano. I probably didn't do it justice in my pronunciation, but we did eat in here. It is an upcharge restaurant and pretty comfortable. This is a look during that dinner service that we had. It's pretty quiet. While we're in the back of the ship, let's head up to deck 12 in the rear. And what do you got here but activity, activity, activity? We've got the basketball court where they also play pickleball. You got your jogging track. Can you believe it? It's dark outside and people are still out here exercising. Gotta give them props. There's pool table up here. There's actually 2 of them. These yellow circles, well, we'll talk about those in a minute. So we're heading around the jogging track. You can see we're up around the back of the ship. Here's another pool table. There's actually people out here playing pool on a ship. Here's the interesting point. 1 mile, 7 laps. Now let's talk about these yellow dots. We've been on this ship before and there used to be outdoor exercise equipment, but in the refurbishment, they removed that. And this new area, I don't know if it's new, it's definitely one of the more enjoyable places, and it looks new. The mini golf. There's more here than meets the eye. Got the ropes course you can access from here. Those sky cars that you can pedal around on that track. You can see there's some people playing cornhole there in the back. Obviously the mini golf right up front. And then there's this place. The clubhouse. Inside here we got some ping pong tables, foosball tables. They did have some different tournaments going on throughout the cruise. This is what I thought was really interesting. It's kind of like, what do they call it? Sky billiards? Where you're using your feet to knock the balls into the hole. Kind of cool. Just a lot of activity going on. They've got a giant chessboard up here. The rope course just amazes me. Yep, nothing but fun in the afternoon. Let's keep moving forward. So we're on deck 12 going forward, and you can see that big red tube. It's time to come to the slides. Water slide area on this ship is actually pretty phenomenal. When the weather's right, you can find a lot of little kiddos and young at heart people having a good time out here. Cloud 9 is the spa area, and there's multiple ways to get there. You can go on deck 11 and take some stairs up from the very front of the ship. Now, if you've got one of these cabins, this is probably the easiest way to get to the workout area. These stairs will lead you right into the back area of the spa. You don't even have to go in through the main entrance. And lo and behold, here you are. First Place Motion Studio. This is where you're going to find your cycling classes and stretching classes. And then right across the hall, well, you got the fitness center. It's a beautiful fitness center from the standpoint that it has a lot of different equipment, and the view is spectacular as you're looking right out over the front of the ship. One of these days I just might convince myself to start working out on these ships. Let's take a look at the rest of the spa. Now this is a relaxation room. In here, you're kind of waiting for your massage, or may even be getting one. Now, the thermal spa. This is a beautiful spa. We have not done it on this particular cruise, but we have taken the ship in the past and enjoyed this. Probably the biggest drawback to it is its size. It tends to be a little on the small side, so if it's a busy ship, you can end up waiting for a lot of different things. Got the infrared sauna. You turn on those lights and they turn into infrared heaters. Feels really nice. Then you got your steam room. Oh, this is not good. Yep, bad idea. Laconium room. If any of you have ever taken this ship or you understand thermal spas, please leave in the comments what this room actually is. I never quite could figure that out. Locker rooms were kind of interesting. They were nice, but inside the locker room there was a sauna. Now I'm assuming the women's locker room had the same thing. I obviously didn't go. Another one of my favorite areas on this ship is the Serenity deck. Now you'll find the Serenity deck on deck 15 all the way forward. And it has nice padded clamshells and loungers and these day beds. Really comfortable. It does have a jacuzzi on each side, and these jacuzzis are like 8-people jacuzzis, so they're good sized jacuzzis. Now obviously in the morning everything's kind of pushed around to make room for cleaning and securing down everything. But when it's all set up, really comfortable place to be. It also has this area over on the port side, and that's a salad bar. It's a fresh salad bar that they serve every afternoon, and they make your salad to order. So you pick out what lettuce you want and how much, and they bring you over to the toppings, and you just tell the guy how much and what you want. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of the Carnival Panorama. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. We've got a lot of ship tours and reviews on our channel. Plus, we've also got our 25-day vlog of the Carnival Panorama and all that went on during this cruise. If you're interested in how to live this life that travels by land and sea everywhere around the world, check out our other channel, Taste Life with Us.